Welcome to Consto Your Alaskan Bro. This is my channel. My name's Constantine, and in this video I'm going to show you around the house, front yard, backyard, little side yard, and show you what I've mowed so far, and show you where I'm going to do some tree trimming and extending the backyard as far as we can get to, instead of just using a small portion of it. So here we go. This is my backyard. We've lived here about 7 years and never really did anything with it, except for mowing it about 1/4 of the whole thing the last 2 or 3 years. I've been putting some thought into it, and now I have 1/2 of a plan, and I'll figure out the rest as I go. It's not very flat. It's kind of flat. It's all lumpy. It's fine, whatever. But slowly mowing. This year I got all the way out there, but before, for the last few years, it's just been this part out here. And before all of the before all the grass started, the really tall grass started growing, I just cut it in time. You can see that stuff. Just cut it in time and started mowing it all out. And it's so lumpy. I don't have the right lawnmower, but it's fine. It doesn't have big wheels. It's probably okay. But I've been mowing through there, mowing the backyard here, getting to the way backyard. And see, this stuff is just now starting to take off. And this whole thing will be 4 feet tall, basically. I don't know how long, 6 weeks, a month. So this year, we're gonna have some room back here. It's not covered in tall grass, which is pretty cool. Got some stuff spread out here, grass clippings. Give them a nice thick layer. Got some over there. I just transplanted that. I messed up. Should have cut it all off. And anyways, I'm just doing an experiment, because this is what everything is. It's basically an experiment. So we'll let this rot, and then probably next spring I'll rototill it right back into the soil, and I don't know, plant stuff. And I don't know, I'll just keep on mowing all of the grass and stack it, and hopefully I can fill all of this stuff. All this, that, and this. So pretty cool. And if you're interested about the rototiller, I got it for free. I should have done a video about it. I didn't even think about it then, but I got it right back there. And it's an old crazy beast. Got it from my friend Mary. And it's a Briggs and Stratton motor. It's got big old giant tines on it. Big giant tines. And the side of it. This doesn't actually really do much except add a little bit of tension right there. It's not like a lever or something, because it is hooked up here, but that doesn't actually do anything. And that's the gas tank. Goes right there to the carburetor. That thing was aftermarket, obviously, but it was all weird and messed up, seized up and stuff, and
Still leaks, but I was able to get a gasket that went all the way around right there. And there's another little gasket under this, under here. It goes right there. So obviously no throttle linkage anywhere, so this is my throttle linkage. I can move it over. That's wide open. And there's like a sweet spot. You just bend it and it runs wide open. You just put your thumb over it to turn it off. It's pretty daggum sketchy. This is the shifter lever. There's a reverse, and I think that's up here. And then there's low and high at the bottom. That does nothing. So you have to put it in gear. Then that means the tines are spinning when you start it, because when it's started you can't put it into gear. So yeah, you got to lean it back pretty far, then start it while it's in gear. So yeah, that's what cut up that soil back there. So yeah, so probably gonna trim some of these trees up. Finally I can get access to them.
Now as I mow, you'll be able to see the front and side yard and how it's all laid out. I'll go from the backyard to the side yard to the front yard.
Avant, tu voyais que de la merde. Maintenant, au moins, tu vois plus rien.
We have these Cessna planes that fly super low, and that's what I'm looking at there.
Avant, tu voyais que de la merde. Maintenant, au moins, tu vois plus rien.
Well, I tilled all this stuff up about 3 weeks ago, and it used to look like that. It's very, I don't know, it's like a whole thing of sod or something. Really thick, a lot of roots. Gets all caught up. And you got to cut out the roots out of the the tines of the rototiller. And so once you get the top layer broken, chopped up, I used a grinder and sharpened up my tines really sharp, and seemed to cut it up pretty good, and just like a ton of passes. And so it's kind of what I came up with here. Bunch of crazy roots under there from old trees and from these living trees here, and they just extend like 20 feet out. Some of them, try not to cut them. I run into them and have to cut the end off a little bit sometimes. And so yeah, so you can see back there I've been dumping just a little bit of the lawn clippings from the mower, and just gonna let it sit there and rot. I'm just gonna keep doing it throughout the summer here and see if I can fill this whole thing up. It's a nice few inches, nice layer. Let that decompose. After I busted this soil up, I went ahead and I have this mix of glacial rock dust, activated carbon, that's got some mycelium type powder. I forget what it's called, but it's got powder to induce mycelium growth of the microbial fungal network that binds with roots. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell.